Alright, we're back. It is good afternoon instead of good morning. Got to work, checked the GoPro. The GoPro said, go pound sand. Everything you filmed this morning is gone. Gotta love these GoPros. Brand new Samsung SD card too. I don't know, man. Anyway, today we're not talking about GoPros. We are going to talk about navigation units, right? The traffic from hell is in front of us. Oh well, so is life in California. Yeah, so I've noticed that the topic lately seems to be things like this tablet I've got here. Mostly pre-packaged ones though, right? Carpuride and a few other Chinese manufacturers. Carpuride has come out with some pretty interesting stuff. I mean, it's getting better and better. They actually have one that's plug and play for BMWs, right? Plugs right into the BMW OEM location for the GPS and works with all the BMW controls. That's pretty cool. And there are some, if you want to call them knockoffs, from other companies that seem to be pretty good products for the money. I think Ian, Big Rock Moto, has one. If you use his discount code, it's $300, maybe $200. Has Apple CarPlay and all the things. You can, it looks like you can side load like Gaia or Drive Mode Dashboard on it too. I mean, I don't know. Something to investigate. But anyway, what I have been using is a 7-inch ruggedized tablet that I picked up on Amazon fairly cheap. It was like 180 bucks. And it runs Android. I updated the Android to the latest release for that particular tablet. And because it's a tablet, I mean, you have the freedom to load whatever you want on it, right? And ruggedized tablets, most of them have built-in GPS receivers. What I do is I hotspot my phone and connect the tablet to that. But the only reason I really need to do that is for traffic information, because the tablet has all the offline maps downloaded onto it. Let me turn my music down. Yeah, that's better. So I don't really need connectivity for it to function. I can completely function without a cell signal with a built-in GPS receiver and the offline maps, and it's been working great. I've had it for, wow, easily 6 months now, maybe more. I have Gaia on here. I have Google Maps. I have Exxon. I have Drive Mode Dashboard. And all those apps you can download. You're free to download those and pay for the subscription version if you want. I think mine's the free version. Let's see. Bring up some Drive Mode Dashboard here. Notice how my Google Maps stayed minimized on the right there, but let this get fired up and moving. There we go. So a lot of people use Drive Mode Dashboard, especially people on bigger, newer bikes, because Drive Mode Dashboard has the ability to use a ODB reader, Bluetooth, right, to connect to your tablet, and you can display things like tire pressure, oil pressure, water temperature, all the things that that's on the output side of your ODB on your bike. I mean, obviously not all bikes are going to have tire pressure monitors and things like that, but that's something that they built into Drive Mode Dashboard with its Bluetooth connectivity to a ODB tool. Kind of cool. Just like the other apps, Drive Mode Dashboard, you can download all the offline maps if you want. I do believe I've downloaded a few on here. For commuting back and forth to work, I've just been using Google Maps. It works, it shows me traffic, and it's pretty accurate. But when we were in the desert, I liked Gaia. I have Gaia on here, and I'm able to, you know, I have a Gaia account, so you get on your PC with your Gaia account, and you can create all your routes. And as soon as you log into your Gaia account with your tablet, your routes are automatically there and downloaded, right? Kind of cool. So previous to this, I did have a Garmin Zumo, and it works, but good Lord, Garmin is so clunky when it comes to, you know, building a route and transferring this file and that file and uploading, and oh my gosh. Maybe it's because my Zumo's old. I don't know. It's not that old. Maybe 2 years old. I bought it when I bought my BMW. And like I said, it works. It got me where I was going. But good Lord, it seems like a huge waste of money when something like this is available for 180 bucks. This particular one, I don't remember the brand name. It's a Chinese tablet. It runs okay. It could probably do better with a better processor and more memory, but it's not bad. I mean, like I said, it works. It hasn't failed me no matter where I'm at, in the desert or in town or wherever. It has an SD slot, so I'm able to put a micro SD card in there and expand that, you know, on the storage on the device itself. And if you want to load movies and or put Disney Plus on here or Netflix or whatever, watch YouTube's, it you know, you can use it as a TV while you're in your campground. Battery life on it's about 8 hours. I don't have it plugged in right now, but it's got a USB-C port on the side, and if I was on a longer trip, I'd probably just plug it in. That way it's fully charged when I get to where I'm going. But for running back and forth to work, I just occasionally charge it at home. It easily lasts the trip to and from, no problem. But yeah, just wanted to share what I use for navigation these days. It's a pretty cost-effective way of doing it, and you got to be a little tech savvy, not too much. I mean, it's basically a matter of buying a ruggedized Android tablet, downloading apps and getting those apps set up, in which, you know, most phone users can pull that off, right? I like the display. In drive mode dashboard here, it's kind of in a dark mode, it looks like. I think that's normal for drive mode dashboard. Like I said, I mostly use Gaia and Google, but you know, drive mode dashboard's there if I feel I need it. I used a tablet mount from RAM, and I have 2 of them. You can see right here, I trimmed it down to fit this tablet because it was about 3/4 of an inch too tall. Looked kind of goofy. I also put some industrial, and yeah, there is a such thing, industrial Velcro strips on the back to help secure it. This particular RAM mount, I have it actually bolted to the Adventure Rally X tower backbone there. I have a second one that I cut down that I just put a RAM ball on the back, and I can move that one from bike to bike. And all I have to do is have USB-C power, and I'm good to go. And anyway, that's how I get lost. Or wait, yeah, get lost. So, you know, just wanted to share that with you guys. If you guys find it valuable, you know, maybe give a thumbs up. I'll put links to my tablet down in the description. I have no complaints about the tablet other than I think it could be a little bit faster. Like I said though, it's not bad. It's way faster than my Garmin Zumo. That was a clunky little device for me. Maybe I just had a broken one, I don't know. I wasn't about to spend $500 to find out on another one though. Or whatever they cost these days. Anyway, you guys ride safe, and take care of yourself. Peace.